Okay, so let's look at this. So we've got a medical test that's screening, and for every 5 people in 1,000, the people they have the disease. So I've tried to make up like a list of letters here. So has the disease. So probability of B1 has the disease is 5 people out of 1,000. So there we go. All right. So the false positive rate. So what does false positive mean? So false positive, let me just put it up here. That means that you don't have the disease, yet you tested positive. So that's 0.03, right? You don't have the disease, yet you tested positive. Okay, so then false negative, what does that mean? False negative is you don't have the disease and you test negative, right? So that's a false negative, and that's 0.01. You have the disease, yet you test negative. Have the disease, yet you test negative. That's a false negative. False positive is don't have the disease, yet test positive. Okay, so those are those two. Okay, 99% of the time, a person who has the condition tests for it. So that means, probability has the disease and tests positive for it. That's 99% of the time. Okay, that's a good thing. 97% of the time, who does not have the condition, right? Doesn't have the condition, test negative. That's good too, right? So what does that give us? 97. So don't have the disease, test negative. That's 0.97. Okay. And we got this, and probability that doesn't have the disease. Okay, so this is probability has the disease. Probability that doesn't have the disease is going to be the complement, right? Has or hasn't, one or the other. Okay, so what do I need to go find? What I'm trying to find, probability, a randomly chosen person who tests positive. Okay, test positive, so probability, the given is that you test positive, actually has the disease. Has the disease is B1, right? Okay, so how am I going to find this out? So that's going to be the probability of B1 and A all over the probability that A is happening, right? This given has to be happening. Okay, so let me go a step further. B1 and A. So how can the probability of A happen? Probability of A will happen if it's B1 and A, or I have probability of B2 and A. Okay, so let's flesh this out a little bit more. Kind of running out of room, so I'm just going to squeeze it down here and I'll erase for the next one. Okay, so let's write out what this is equal to. So B1 and A all over. Okay, so this here, B1 and A, that's the probability of A given B1, and then times the probability of B1. Or what else do I have over here? So this here would be probability of A given B2 times the probability that B2 is happening, right? Okay. So my B1, let me do the denominator here first. Okay, so probability of A given B1, probability of A given B1 is 0.99, right? Right here. And probability of B1 is 0.005 plus. Okay, so now let's go to probability of A given that B2 is happening. Probability of A given that B2 is happening, that's 0.03 times the probability of the B2 happening, that's 0.995. And let's finish up with the numerator, which this is the same one here, right? Which is this same one here, which is this same one here. So that's going to give me probability of A given B1, so that's 0.99. and then times the probability of B1, which is 0.005. Phew! All right, so I'm going to let you do the second one for zoom time.